Hello and welcome back. If you're new, my name is Damien and in this channel we do contemporary and modern DIYs. Today I'm bringing you an experiment that I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to do this wall art that involves very big lips basically. And I've seen them in all sorts of ways. You know, the most popular ones are kind of like the Kylie packaging with the drippy lips. And I've seen some other ones with a lot of patterns, a lot of like textures, things like that. And I saw this one that has roses on them, but I thought, how can I make this more as a DIY? And so what I did was to create it more in a 3D kind of way. So we're gonna be using a lot of mixed materials or mixed media, especially because I'm also adding some other elements to the piece, not just the flowers. So if you want to recreate this, this is what you're going to need. The first step is going to be drawing the lips on this foam board. I got this foam board at Dollar Tree for $1. And I'm using foam board just because it's going to be easier to cut. I don't really have tools to cut wood, but maybe later on I can redo it a little bit more permanently with plywood. And I'm just doing a quick sketch of the lips and the teeth, and it doesn't have to be perfect since we just need a quick reference for them. And I'm using an X-Acto knife with a new blade, and as you can see, it's just really easy, and it cut it on the first try and it just pops right off. Next, using white acrylic paint, we're gonna be doing the teeth, and you can be as simple or as intricate as you want. You can leave the teeth all white, or you can put more colors just to add a little bit more texture and for them to look more realistic. All I did was a little bit of gray on them, just to give it a little bit more something than just plain white. And I just corrected little mishaps with black acrylic paint. And I left the tooth out because I'm actually gonna do a golden tooth using gold leaf. I thought it would be a really nice contrast to the black and the roses that we're gonna be adding next. All you need is a glue stick or any type of glue, a brush, and the gold leaf. I got that gold leaf at Michael's. I believe it's around $10 to $12. It depends if you use a coupon. Or you can also find it on Amazon. I'll leave links to these products down in the description, so make sure to check those out. But yeah, the process is very simple. All you do is put the glue, let it dry a little bit until it gets a little bit tacky. You don't want fresh glue, and if fanning it doesn't work, you know, you can always just blow on it a little bit. Then you put your gold leaf on top of the tacky surface, and with the brush, you want to press on it very well, but just be very careful because gold leaves are very sensitive and they can just rip very easily. If you have extra gold leaf on your surface, you use your brush to clean it up. Just be very careful. But if you rip a little bit of the gold leaf, it's okay. You just apply a little bit of glue on the surface. You put the leftover gold leaf and you just press on it and it'll be okay. Next, you want to pull all of your roses from the stems. In doing this, I felt like Morticia Adams. I loved it.
Don't tease.
I got these flowers at Dollar Tree. They were $1 for each bouquet. And I bought more or less 15, but I ended up with a lot of them. So maybe just buy around 10 and I think you'll be fine. I also have some different type of flowers. I wanted to almost create like a gradient effect. So the corners, I want them to look a little bit darker, and then in the middle lighter. So I bought different kinds of flowers. But if you just want to do one type, I'm pretty sure it's gonna look fine. And all I'm doing is hot gluing them onto the surface, making sure that I don't cover too much of that open space in the mouth. So I want to keep that silhouette going. And as you can see, I'm adding those green leaves and the dark flowers on the sides just to add a little bit more interest. I also have some purple flowers and I'm adding them here and there on the empty spaces. And you're not going to believe this, but I found these garden snakes just outside my patio. And I was just looking for some for my project. It's almost like they were sent to me. Maybe God? Maybe Prime 2-day delivery service? I don't know, but they were very wild. I could barely get them. And then as soon as I thought the show was over, boom, I turn around and another one.
Another one. Another one.
This one was even more aggressive than the other one. It was wild. It bit me so many times. Okay, no, but I got these in Amazon, not the Amazons, Amazon.com. And I'm gonna spray paint their belly because right now it's just like a very simple yellow. And I went with gold just so I can match it with my golden tooth. Well, I mean, not mine, but you know, my project. And while those are drying, I'm gonna be doing my mounting hook, quote unquote hook, on my project, my lips. It sounds weird when I say my lips, but you get it. So it's a hook on my lips, and I'm just gonna be adding more silicone just to reinforce it. Once our snakes are completely dry, we're gonna be adding them onto the lips. And this was a little bit tricky because the snakes are a little bit heavy. I mean, it's just plastic, but it's a little heavier than the mounting board or the foam board that I have. So I played with it for a little while, and then once I was happy with my snake position, I hot glued them, and hopefully they stay in place. When you thought I couldn't add more things to this art piece, I bought some neon lights in green just to keep that jungle feeling. And they just look amazing. And they were very, very cheap on Amazon. I think they were $7. I'll leave the link down in the description. But yeah, so what I want to do is hot glue it all around the lips, and hopefully at night it'll look awesome. The neon string was obviously longer than my art piece, so all I did was going around it twice. And I also hot glued the battery pack right underneath it, just so I can have easy access to the switch. And after all of those items, this is our final look. Okay, we're back. So what do you think about the piece? I think it came out really cool. I think when I was doing the roses, I was like, I mean, this looks very nice and kind of safe. But as soon as I put the snakes, I think that's what gave it more of that edgy look, kind of like unexpected. Since I've seen these lips in so many different ways, I'm interested in knowing what would you make it with? Because I was thinking maybe you can do a version of them kind of like with pearls, or maybe even breaking some like old CDs and making them kind of like in a shattered mirror type of way, something like that. I don't know, I'm interested in knowing like what would you do instead of my roses. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope it inspires you to create something similar. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments your answer about the lips and the patterns. What would you do with them? And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I cannot wait for October. I have so many DIY projects that I'm gonna bring you. They're so spooky, but very easy to make. If you haven't seen my other videos, please check those out as well. And I'll see you next Sunday. Ciao.